Hello, welcome to my first how-to video on D Professionals called How to Be Your Sharpest in the Workplace. Today I'm going to share my 5 most important tips on how to be as sharp as possible and to stand out when you start your job and onwards. Firstly, appearance. As I've mentioned in my previous videos, appearance is very important because when people see you, they see how you look, they see what you're wearing. Secondly, I'm going to talk about owning your time. Thirdly, walking with confidence. Fourthly, smiling at the appropriate time, of course. And fifthly, speaking up. Firstly, appearance. Now, I'm referencing the typical white collar workplace, typically business, IT, finance, telecommunications. Normally, on a Monday to Thursday, you would wear a sharp shirt if you're a man with slacks, or as a lady, uh, also a sharp shirt if you want. I like wearing shirts to work, slacks, a skirt or a dress, and whatever smart shoes you feel comfortable wearing. My tip to ladies, save your little black dress for a Friday night going out with friends or for a date. So look sharp, make sure your hair is neat, whatever way you carry your hair, as long as you're comfortable in it, make sure it's neat, not flying about all over the place and taking attention away from the most important thing, which is you and your face, obviously, and your mouth when you're speaking. So dress sharply on a Friday. Feel free to wear jeans, a smart shirt, and a blazer for a girl. So this tip, always look sharp. Always dress to impress and always be on point. And if you're in sales, suit up. Secondly, own your time. Now, in the typical workplace, if you're not working on a shift, hours are typically between 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. In America, it's more 9 to 5 with a half-hour lunch break, or here in the UK, a 1 hour lunch break. If you're someone that comes in here in the UK, maybe on the border of 9 o'clock, make sure you do your appropriate hours. Um, if you come in at 9 o'clock, consider shortening your lunch break to half an hour if you do want to go home at 5, or if you like to enjoy your full 1 hour lunch break, stay till 6 o'clock. Now, part of owning your own time is walking into that office with confidence when you come in, whether it be at 8:30 in the morning or 9 o'clock. If you're about 5 minutes late, don't start sweating, panting, feeling guilty. Walk in there because you know you're going to do your hours and you're going to be productive on that day. Another point about owning your own time is know when your productivity cycle is. Not all of us are morning persons. For example, not all of us are going to rock up to the office at 7 o'clock in the morning and start cranking out documentation, presentations, and cranking out other pieces of work. I personally am more of a noon to end of day, end of afternoon person. So I start to get productive from around 11 o'clock and onwards till 6 p.m., 7 p.m., even 8 p.m. So this means I'm not a morning person, and I do recognize that. I go into the office though, at the appropriate time, 9 a.m. If you're not a morning person, try to set meetings in the morning as soon as you get into the office, because what those meetings do is that they help you to kickstart your day. They help you to turn your brain on and get into the working mode. So, if you want to be more productive in the morning, a tip for you is to set meetings. This is all part of owning your own time. Know when you get into the office, be comfortable with the time that you get into the office, and know when you're productive. And be frank about that. Don't be shy about that. Make sure you're putting in your hours at work, and make sure your manager knows what kind of work cycle, what kind of productivity cycle that you're on. Tip number 3, walking with confidence. Now, I say this because, a lot of offices open plan always have a corridor in the middle or a walkway in the middle between desks where people walk. You might find yourself walking to the coffee machine, the tea machine, walking through an empty corridor without seats, and you will always 95% of the time, that's a random percentage, but mostly you will walk past or bump into colleagues. It's very important that when you walk, you portray a self of a sense of confidence. Don't slouch when you're walking. I'm not saying that you need to walk, with your shoulders high and your head high like this. Walk where you're completely yourself. Walk in a way that doesn't look like you're shy, or it doesn't look like, you're scared or you're reluctant to be in the office. Walk as though this is your office and you own the place. Um, just be confident when you walk, because I've seen one too many people slouching through the corridor. If you're someone that has a swagger when you walk, walk with your swagger, of course, with moderation. But it's very important to walk with confidence, because when people see you, that helps them to determine, is this someone approachable? Is this someone I'd like to talk to? Is this someone that I will enjoy talking to? So walk with confidence, whatever you do. The fourth point, smile, is related to the third point. But also try to smile. Smile to your colleagues. If you see someone in the corridor and they're trying to make eye contact with you, say good morning or good afternoon, just give them a smile, because you never know whose day you could brighten up with a smile. You never know what people are going through. They're having a hard time in the office. Try to smile. When you're going to grab a coffee, smile at the person next to you who's waiting to put their tea bag into a mug and also waiting for the hot water. Having a little chat at the coffee machine helps. And who knows who you might, chat to. It could be a path to your next job. So make sure you smile, be approachable. When you're walking with confidence, give us a smile when we walk past you. When you're grabbing a coffee, smile to the colleague who's waiting to also put hot water into their mug. And just in general, it makes people's workday easier. You never know whose day you could brighten or ease a bit of work stress by giving a little smile. I'm not saying smile in meetings. Meetings are important. Meetings are not a place for giggling or for smiling, unless there is a suitable joke that you'd like to crack. But, smile. It's very important. And fifthly, speak up. This is very important, especially for someone like me who had been an introvert. Actually, I still am an introvert, but when I have something to say, I speak up and I say it, especially in a meeting setting, discussing with your manager, discussing with your colleagues or your teammates. If you have an idea, share it, because if you don't share it, it's not going to be shared, it's not going to be heard, and no one can read your mind. So speak up, because your ideas are valuable. When you have a meeting, share your ideas, not just to impress people, but also to make sure that you're contributing in the workplace. So these are quite general tips about being your sharpest in the workplace, but I feel that they're quite important. Over my 8 years of working in the professional setting in telecommunications, I found that the more self-confidence, the more kind of happiness and portraying that I'm very comfortable in my own skin, the more I even chat to colleagues and interact, the more I tend to enjoy my work, and the more people that I meet, the more people I chat to, and the more friends I make. So these are my 5 most important tips for you today for being your sharpest in the workplace. First of all, your appearance matters. Secondly, own your time. Not everyone has the same cycle. Thirdly, walk with confidence. 4, give us a smile. And 5, speak up. Thank you.